Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the FIFINE M9 dual lavalier microphone. And the thing about lavalier microphones is it got me thinking that this is really more so falls into the niche type of categories, right? Like you're not really gonna compare it to a streaming microphone, although you can use it as such if you want to, but it really just falls into a whole different category of its own. And it honestly is going to be depending on what you want to use it for. But before I get into all the details, all things I liked, and maybe one thing that I did not like about this microphone, just make sure you subscribe just so you can stay tuned for more videos like this going on to the future. All right, so what is it with lavalier microphones, right? You can use it for all sorts of scenarios. You can use it whenever, however you want. But what exactly are you going to find yourself needing it for? So, first example, of course, is in this day and age, past COVID, a lot of jobs are remote, and a lot of times you find yourself need to be on Zoom. So if you really, like this is an extreme case, but really for some reason need it to be something that you sound extremely professional, then you can use it for that case. Other ones that you can use it for is like interviews and just making sure your voice comes off clear and crisp. Now in this video I'm using it just raw just for this video, so you guys can at least get a feel and a sound of how it sounds exactly. And I was really satisfied, but there's one knock I have about the microphone, but I'll save that for the end, right? Like best for last or worst for last in this scenario. But as for the microphone quality, I thought it was really good. But before I even get into the microphone quality, everything that you will need is going to be coming in the case. Now the case itself, though it is made out of plastic, it doesn't feel like it's breakable, you know what I mean? My knock on cases is every time, even for earphones or just in general, since this one is for lavalier microphones, it's you want to make sure it feels reinforced, just in case of worst case scenario you end up dropping them. You don't want to have to go and buy a whole new pair. Now this one, even though the finish is plastic as the surface is, it doesn't feel breakable at all. It doesn't feel like if I drop this, then I can say goodnight to my microphones and the entire case. And it's really cool. I like that. The case itself not very heavy, so this is going to be one of those microphones that the pros over like having a big microphone is that this you can easily carry it around, easily portable. You can take it wherever you want. You can go shoot an interview if you want, or whatever the heck you're going to be using the microphone for, and it's not going to be a hassle at all. And what I love also is the battery life. So the battery life for the transmitter is going to be about 7 hours, which is a lot, like, right, like insane. And if you ever need to be recording, then that's going to last you a pretty good amount of time. And this is like barring, like, I don't know if whatever type of person that you are, streamer that you are, streaming or recording for 7 hours straight is pretty insane. So it will have to recharge after that. But for the most part, since it's a lavalier microphone, I don't see anybody, or I don't see you using it for just 7 hours straight non-stop, right? So 7 hours, it's good. If you chop it up, you can last it, maybe even onto the next day, the next couple days, whatever, as long as you're being prudent with the battery life. And the charge time itself is 1.5 hours for the transmitters, and it's about 2.5 hours for the case itself. Now that, for me personally, I don't think that's really necessarily a bad thing, because like with that much battery life, as long as you leave it just charging overnight, or even like you just remember to charge it at some point, then you'll be good. Like I don't think it's going to be one of those things that I don't know. This is just my personal opinion, but it's not going to be like an urgent need where you like have to urgently charge it. And even then, if you already know that you're going to be needing it throughout the rest of the day, then it's going to be kind of on you to remember that you kind of do need to charge it, just so it's not like a last case, last minute moment, like need to charge. But other than that, like yeah, 2.5 hours, it's okay. Like I really don't mind the fact that it doesn't have fast charge for the microphones. And one of the good things that I really like about at least just the branding or how they present the microphones is they try to make it at least compatible with whichever device and whatever device you might have, right? Like in this day and age, like some people have iPhones, some people have Androids, some people have Macs, some people have PCs. Like there's such a variety. Even though all of them are condensing down to be able to at least use USB-C, there's just too many different devices that people have that you just don't want to be like selling to one market of people, Apple, and then you find yourself being left out into all the other stuff. But with this one, You can use it with pretty much all the devices, right? As long as it can connect USB-C. And even if you don't have USB-C, you can have a dongle and connect USB and just be able to use on whatever device that you want. You can connect to your MacBook, to your iPhone, Android. And then this way, like I like that because anybody can really use it. And I find no reason in this at this point where companies try to segment each other, like, like keep things for themselves and like try to monopolize stuff. Like at this point, like all that should be done and gone, right? So it's good, my personal opinion, that at least you can use it on multiple different devices. Now, the frequency is between 20 hertz and 20 kilohertz, which is going to be good enough. And microphone is an omnidirectional microphone, so just as long as you're speaking clearly into the microphone, then you should be good. Now, the sound quality, I already mentioned, like I really like the sound quality. Now, the best part or one of the good things about this microphone is you can switch between noise cancellation and just using it as is. And if you've recorded videos before, like having background noise that's annoying is like it's bad. Like it's the worst thing in the world. Either it makes you having to re-record the video, or you're gonna have to like edit it in Final Cut, for example, for me, and so on. It just adds an extra layer that like could ruin your day. Well, this one they added the feature to be able to remove noise in the background, right, with the noise cancellation feature. And after testing the two, my personal opinion, I prefer by far having just it as a standard, because when I use the noise cancellation, not that it's bad, but like it makes the voice sounds like extremely robotic and sounds like it doesn't sound natural. It just sounds uh, like it's going through a filter that's so obvious. Like you can tell it's going through a certain filter, and then it just makes it like it doesn't sound as pleasant as it would as if I was just speaking to you naturally, which like for me personally, I don't like that. Like I just prefer the audio to be sounding a little more natural. And like if there's like a little background noise in the background, then you can tune that out, or you can like try to edit that out maybe. But at the end of the day, like it's a lavalier microphone, so it should be capable of, at least like for the most part, like 90% of it, the focus should be on your voice. If you're using it right, if you place it properly, then like a lot of stuff in the background shouldn't be heard. But if there is, then it shouldn't be too noticeable, considering that it's a lavalier omnidirectional microphone. And on top of that, like I think the noise cancellation would be worst case scenario, which I'm hoping, because like you don't want to find yourself needing it, because it'll just make your voice sound unnatural, which was my worst takeaway for this microphone. The noise cancellation feature, it's all right, but it's not the best. I would just recommend using it straight as is. So my personal opinion, great microphone. And the thing about FIFINE is they never make anything that's unaffordable. So if you want to get it, you can go ahead, whatever you want to use it for. I don't know. Like I can't judge, I can't tell you what to use it for. But what I can tell you is my personal opinion. I think it's a great microphone. It's really good. Noise cancellation feature, not for me. But at the end of the day, this is my opinion. Let me know what you think. I'm JEDIJA, and I'm out.